As the congregation leaves the church to face the new year, let's look back at some of the highlights of the 4-month lead-up to the Millennium celebration. It all started in September with what came to be known as the Wedding of the Year, when Sean Payne and Julie Painter got married in style with horse and carriage. Then the Harvest Lunch, quickly followed by the Flower Show. Hooves, Heels and Wheels came next, and then the Welsh Male Voice Choir. The Sexton Art Exhibition, and the school's Christmas show. Julie Canning's retirement party at the school.
Right, just au revoir.
Christmas celebrations really started in true fashion. The year ended with Countdown to Midnight and the fireworks display. As time passes from dark nights into the more inviting days of early spring, we try to forget the cold days and start planning for summer and beyond.
Meeting started, so if you can all find somewhere to sit.
Democracy at work is very much to the fore at the annual parish forum.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to all of you. Can I say how nice it is to see so many of you here tonight for our annual parish forum. A special welcome to Philippa Turret-Drake, our district councillor. Councillor West is here, I'm pleased to see. He's just turned up. Also, welcome to Martin Hawthorne and Daniel Hawes, who's from the planning office, and they'll come into the meeting later on. But we will now get on straight away with my chairman's report. Can we take it that it's read? And would there be any questions on my chairman's report?
The meeting was long and vociferous, with 3 main points coming to the fore.
The council has also decided that it wishes to accept by transfer for a peppercorn 4 areas of land.
Bert Perry, the parish clerk.
The parish, a little bit by the allotments, the 2 patches at the bottom of Glenthorne Meadow and Washer's Triangle. Unfortunately, the legal costs of doing that are £1,500.
An additional item to the agenda. I don't know how many of you know this, but it's in pretty immediate future. We're about to lose our village shop, and I mean the village stores down here in the square, not the post office. And to that end, Philippa Turret-Drake has put an awful lot of effort into trying to see how we could ensure that it can possibly be purchased and run for the future benefit of the village. And so with that in mind, I'm going to ask Philippa if she will address you and explain to you roughly what's afoot, and she has somebody else here to talk to you as well. Thank you, Philippa.
Cyrus and Janet have decided that 11 years in the East Meon is probably enough. Things have changed, times have changed, and things are moving on. And we have got to decide what we are going to do. Now, the first thing is, do we want a village shop? I feel quite sure that we do want a village shop. The next thing is, how do we cope with it? How do we buy it? What do we do with it? Who's going to run it? Now, it's a subject that I know many of you will want to speak on, but first of all, I would like to introduce David Fisher here, who is a regional field worker for a charitable trust called VERSA, Village Retail Services Association. Mr. Fisher has a great deal of experience in these sort of matters. Many shops have been saved by his organisation, and he's going to explain to us the possibilities and the options that are open to us. What we're really trying to do tonight is to gauge whether we want a village shop, and if we do want a village shop and we do form a cooperative, who would like to be involved with it, who would like to be financially involved with it. We're going to have to find a chairman, we're going to have to find a lawyer, we're going to have to find an accountant, we're going to need It's going to need total village participation.
As far as I know, we're the only organisation of our type with a single-minded approach which helps villages really to save their shops and post offices across the country. And this really works either in an introduction the way it's happened now, which is ideal from our point of view, which there's still chance to do something very, very positive. What will normally happen, hopefully, is that you all agree that it's worth fighting for. It's an absolute golden opportunity. I've had the privilege of looking at your shop. I think its position is terrific. It's got good parking in relative terms, but principally it has the space, which, believe me, is an absolute luxury, because most village shops you probably go into, you're lucky if you can squeeze yourself in past the bag of potatoes and whatever else that's standing in the way of getting in, and you might be looking at an area of 200, 300 square feet, something like that. It really is a golden opportunity to keep this alive.
I'm sure Frank and Jenny won't mind me explaining, but they have agreed, subject to this all going ahead, that they will move the post office to the shop where they will run it, and then they will manage the shop, which is extremely exciting, and I think it's very good of them to have said so, and we're all thrilled. Thank you very much. We've got the premises, we've got the manager, but we just need some money.
It would appear that the owners, the joint owners of the property outside of here, have plans afoot to put houses on in this area. The district plan shows a certain amount of housing. I think that these people would like rather more than is planned, with suggestions that a sports area and football pitch should be moved away from the village hall. Now, you've seen various plans that have been put up by HGB Planning, who act on behalf of the Tosdevine and the Blackman family, and really and truly, your parish council needs to know what the majority of the people in the village want. Do you want the sports area to be here, attached to the parish hall, or do you want it moved away and this place built on? Because that's what will happen. And I'm afraid to say, the fact is, there is an area here that is in the district plan for houses, and basically speaking, the people, it is their right, they want to exploit that right, to build houses. Now, if we give certain concessions, there is no doubt that we will probably get ourselves a sports facilities, football pitch, and changing facilities. But it is outside of the village plan, and it's outside of the district plan. It's there for you to see, and basically speaking, these things have got to be explored.
Could someone from the parish council probably speak as to why they support the district plan, which personally I do as well, and do not support the newer proposals submitted by the developers as we've seen?
I think the answer to Mr. Carney is that for a great many years the parish council has supported the view, which has been now in 3 local plans, that this area should be for recreation use. And we are willing to move, as the district council has moved in its latest review of the local plan, to have some housing at the southern end. The parish council has also taken the view that it is necessary not only to have the land that's referred to as Kews Meadows here, but the remaining northern half of the glebe strip.
The community of Eastmead, they give it a great deal of thought. Do you want that full of houses and all the noise going on and the complaints? Right, we'll give it some thought. Thank you, Matthew.
I'd like to have before the next parish council meeting, which I think I'm right in saying is on the 18th of May, that is when we really need to know what the feelings of the village are. By then, whether you approach your parish councillors, who hopefully you now know.
This is probably one of the most controversial matters ever to confront the Eastmead Parish Council, And now, even 8 months after the meeting, discussion continues and nothing's been concluded.
We really need to know, to represent you properly, as to exactly what way we're going to go. Because make no mistake about it, it's either one or the other. These plans, one way or the other, will eventually come to fruition. I'm sure I'm right in that.
The Gardens Open idea started in the early 1980s, giving a chance for keen gardeners amongst us in the village to open our gardens to the general public. It's now early April, and with the second opening scheduled for mid-June, some dozen or more gardens are available to be viewed. This lovely garden is owned by Paddy Mason.
It's part of our 50th anniversary, because this is 50 years we've been married. This is part of what we've done towards it. A nursery in Forest Row, and it is in fact constructed of Indonesian farm cart. It's a wheel and a shaft that's been converted into a seat.
Peter and Audrey Street garden on a very steep hillside.
Oh, the paints, the miniature, yes. I can't remember the name of that, but it is pretty. It's like
The view above the waterfall tells its own story.
Done really very well.
Susan Hull points out a further reason for opening the gardens.
Over the years. And a vast amount of things, but all local things that it's gone to. And we call it the Good Causes Fund.
I think you need that and that. That's lovely, great. That's nice. Right. And towards the again, please, lovely. Right.
Yeah, it did flash.
It did, right. Turn it up a little bit, actually. Okay, and yeah, nice. Right, that's lovely.
A bit drafty, madam? Michael and Tricia Blackstad's new knot garden is much admired.
Where's that wonderful smell coming from? It's really strong. Strong sense of smell.
Let's smell it now.
Yes, only on
It's the leaf that smells, isn't it?
Yes, but only on the. I think unfortunately.
That's not. No.
Unlucky.
No. Well, thank you very much.
Adrian Pelly talks about his plants and in particular his hellebores.
40p and a piece of cake is 80. So there we are. So that's £1.20.
Another long-time favourite with visitors who come from quite a large catchment area is the cream teas, scones and strawberry jam. The Care Group is a voluntary community service for those without transport of their own and provides cars to take people to the doctor at Westmereton or further afield to various hospitals. Today, the chairman of the Care Group, Caroline Bleach, is standing down after 5 years to go and live in Petersfield.
Thank you very much for everybody for working with me. It's been brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway. Can I, on behalf of the committee, just thank our chairman for all she has done? You probably don't know, but today is her birthday. Fond love for all you've done for the whole group and particularly for the committee over the last, well, I don't know how many years. Quite a few. Anyway, well done. Thanks a lot.
Today, the field under 7 Cops is being used by the supporters of the junior cricket teams to hold a car boot sale. The sale made over £300 towards club funds.
That's right, there's instructions at the inside.
Business was steady, and even the sun shone, allowing some to catch up with a bit of reading.
Oh, Daddy in your way.
The idea was to have yes, they were very nice.
Good, well done.
How much is that?
£2. These are all £2, including that one. Little trainers.
A bargain to you.
The biggest thing. It's not the biggest thing, is it?
Not enough bigger to be justified.
This is East Meon Juniors versus Rowledge. East Meon are in the field. It's mid-May and the weather's hotting up. Members' plants are on sale for the general public in aid of the Garden Club. Funds raised from all other activities of the club throughout the year go to the Good Causes Fund. The scramble's on to get the best plants, but there's always a chance to have some socialising. Has no one told him it stopped raining? Yeah. May 99 was wet, and prospects for the May Fair did not look good. Chairman of the May Fair Committee, Tony Fry, and his helpers put the finishing touches to preparations for Monday.
They tent over there.
Bank Holiday Monday arrives to brilliant sunshine, although many bales of straw are needed to soak up the water.
Oh, it's this man. Team troublemaker again.
Yeah. He told me to swear ahead and it was well.
Roll up, win the bottle of wine. People are going in the beer tent. 50 pence for a bottle of wine. It's a
really interested in how a horse
Maggie has a go at the darts. And David tries his hand at the coconut shies.
To play some very exciting gambling games. Spinning Jenny over next to the hot dog stall.
Only 2 numbers left.
Chris Cobley finds himself on the spinning Jenny.
This is your lucky day. Win a bottle of wine to go. Only 2 numbers left.
Oh, very fancy, Frank.
1 number left. Hold tight. Rien ne va plus.
One of the Galliano girls selects a cheese.
I think it's better underarm, because if you spin them, you've got very little chance of actually getting it to stop. Yeah. Oh, good effort. You can have that sin as it's touched.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're there. Yeah.
Egg throwing between father and son.
Back a step.
Gosh, this looks tricky. Thelma and her crew of raffle ticket sellers for the grand draw.
Go get his dad.
Come and have a seat a minute.
It's rather nice.
And Robin the announcer taking a break.
Go to drink some.
Where's he off to with that lot? Are they both for you, David?
Mr. Tony Fry, arena tech please, Mr. Tony Fry.
Consider the weather we've had, ladies and gentlemen. This sheep is shearing very, very well. Main reason, it hasn't had any youngsters this year. Therefore, it's producing no milk. Therefore, all the goodness has gone back into its body. Stephen's worked for me for about 8 to 10 years.
He's assistant to my head shepherd, Malcolm Painter, who later on will be demonstrating with the dogs in the main ring.
This is fantastic at doing it.
Well, he's only a youngster. When he can do one a minute, he can do very well. This is where you gain time. Good full sweep right from the back end right up through to the neck. Look at that sweep now. I think the next one we'll time him on the next sheet. We won't start on this one. Go down the other side. Over the shoulder. This sheep is laying really well. The whole art of steering is holding the sheep. Not handling the sheep, just holding the sheep. Now he's going down, he's going to do the 12th sweep again. Now you see this one's going to be done in a minute, I think. Nearly a misbeat. There we are, finished, look at that.
A hairdresser from Portsmouth wants to have a go.
Put your leg on mine there. Your right leg. There. You don't have to put the leg over them when you're hairdressing, do you?
No.
No, by God.
And then kneel on the left leg here. Kneel down there. That leg should be there.
That's the trouble.
Hold her head with your left hand. Hold this like you hold her.
Oh.
Right?
I'm not picking up here to hold him.
Right, ready?
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Short back front, the fish. Close to the skin.
Three well-known local ladies making up the human fruit machine.
First time I've ever done it, right?
Shepherd Malcolm Painter, a regular at these events.
I don't want to be.
Here we are. Now then. And what we got in the middle here was what we call them through one way, then straight the other way. But he's just taking a bit of window controls at the moment. Hold on to your dogs, everybody, please. He's just exercising the dog, taking the wind out of his sails, and taking the wind out of the sails of the lambs as well. When he thinks he's got them tidy and quiet, he will endeavour, I might say, push them through the cross. You must remember, it's very, very difficult with one dog. This is supposed to last for about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, but I think it might last an hour the rate we're going at the moment. Never mind, Malcolm, patience. You've got to have a great deal of patience. Good job he hasn't got the microphone, he should well hear a few words. Now there's been some other dogs in the ring as well, hasn't there? Cocking their legs. He thinks that's more important than knocking about the sheep. Oh, God.
remember these sheep haven't seen a dog. Hardly seen a dog, and if they have seen a dog, then they've been with their mother. Quietly does it. Come on, through. Well done. Well done. See, what a difference it would have made if there had been two dogs. Watch the dog, watch it. Look at the eye. Watching those lines. Look it, watch it. Ah. Spoke too soon, didn't we?
And we'll go back again now, Martin, shall we? Go back and let that do, eh? In and out. Don't you can hear all the noises being made, the whistle, that's all. Listen to it like that. Just whistle. There we are. Right, thank you, children. Thank you.
Patience. 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 You're not allowed to touch the sheep with a stick. Shepherds can do what they are now, but they're not allowed to touch the sheep with a stick. If you are, you're disqualified. There, we got it. Right. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is a one-off today.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Jumping cheaters are winning by the looks of it.
It looks like the boys versus the girls. The battle of the sexes.
Come on, let's have some support for the Saints, look.
No.
Come on, let's hear, mums and dads.
Come on, it's not going anywhere yet! Pull! Pull! Heave ho! Heave ho! Heave ho! Heave ho! Heave ho!
Oh, that's lovely, that's well over now.
Come on, okay. Christopher!
This is badly support them now. Come on, let's hear it for the jumping cheaters on the mats.
Take the strain! Whoa!
Come on, let's hear it for support. The is going very well. Lots of pressure now. Outside, the chap in the blue shirt at the front of them used to organise this event 30 years ago. Isn't that good? Give him a hand. Come on.
Oh, that's Nobby.
Okay, boys, no prisoners. Pick up the rope.
Very serious, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Give your team the support they deserve.
Watch it, but it's quick. Okay, watch it, quick, it's quick. Ease a little bit, come on, right? Ease a bit more. Take the straight, pull! Yes!
Come on, let's do it. Very evenly matched this time. You've got to shout louder.
Well, you might think it's the Atkinson team, but it's actually the Eastmead team.
Something was down there. I can't hear the crowd. Come on, crowd. Well, I take a big hand for the pretenders, ladies and gentlemen, the winners this afternoon. Very well done. And a big hand.
Some of the Eastmerean under-13s cricket team. June saw the 50th birthday celebrations of the Eastmerean branch of the British Legion.
We would like to welcome all our friends and members from the various branches, and also we have with us our Hampshire County President, Mrs. Sarah Jones. And we have with us two founder members. Mrs. Dorcas Simpson, who will be 90 this year, and Mary Crockford, who joined at the earliest possible date. We are a very small group now, but we are extremely proud of having reached our 50th birthday. And we're delighted to think that we have done our best to help all the women's section causes and the poppy appeal for such a long time.
Children from the school came to entertain members and guests.
I must congratulate the branch on achieving this marvellous record. It really is fantastic, 50 years. And I understand there are two founder members here. That's even more special.
90-year-old Dorcas Simpson.
Thank you. Yes, we'll cut it. Thank you.
It's Gardens open time again. This is Tony Perkins' house and garden, said to be the oldest house in Eastmere. Tina Stapley's specialist herb garden is locally well known. Set against the background of the court hall, this garden is always very popular with visitors.
When did you start? Last year? Not quite. About
3 years ago.
Yes. The date's on.
Michael and Tricia of Knot Garden fame.
Some of the plants, I mean, if you look at the knot garden particularly, you can see how very, they're tiny. And you see now that they're actually hedges.
Interesting.
In 2 years' time, they will be even better.
Cool.
The organiser Michael and the cameraman Glyn confer before the event.
If you can see the camera, if you can see Glyn, you'll be in the photograph. I am pressing the button. And the other thing to say is Chris Cobley is also sitting at the same table, because if anybody wants to sponsor one of the very fine stones that are going on the exterior of the church room, he's taking...
Matthew Golding bowls for the under-13 cricket team. From the village end, Jonty Dampney bowls a full toss, which gets its desserts. Clean bowled with a Yorker.
Spend your money and enjoy yourselves.
The church fete.
On which to spend, lots of sideshows, teas, all sorts of other things about which you will be reminded during the afternoon.
Rachel McKinley, in whose garden the fete was held.
Traditional style, there are no stalls here, it's an open field. They're under orders. And they're on.
Alright, don't you drive in.
Well done. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hey! Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Well done. Well done. Well done. Oh dear, oh dear.
Sack raise, wheelbarrow.
Not working. Shall I do it in my pocket, boy? Can you talk? Can I talk? Yeah, can you talk? No. Are you trying to make ice? If you don't say hello properly, you're not going to get your...
Again.
We said again.
Again.
Oh, you prick!
goodness. Oh, bet that hurt. After the rather bone-crushing display of the BMX riders, we turn to the Rude Mechanicals, a touring company who put on the Two Gentlemen of Verona on the grass outside the village hall. A very informal evening's entertainment where people brought picnics and Matthew Atkinson yet again provided a barbecue.
Did I tell you about the system?
Simon Fry's father, Tony, of Mayfair fame, organised the evening, and a very professional production it was. The play starts in Verona and moves between there and Milan, plus the odd forest or two in between. And it took some time to make out what the fellow with the hat on fire was actually doing. But wait, this is Valentino, one of the two gentlemen.
My loving Proteus,
and this is Proteus, the second gentleman.
Home-keeping youth have ever homely wits. Wert not affection change thy tender days to the sweet glances of thy honoured love, I rather would entreat thy company to see the wonders of the world abroad than living dully sluggardized at home wear out thy youth with shapeless idleness. Success.
This is Speed, a clownish servant to Valentino, who gets treated quite roughly by Proteus, as you see.
Aye, sir. Aye, a lost mutton.
He acts as a messenger between Valentino and the love of his life, Julia.
A lace mutton. Gave me a lost mutton. Nothing.
But wait, here's the fellow with the burning hat again. He turns out to be the engine of the train, not that they had any trains in Shakespeare's time, taking Valentino and his servant, who nearly misses the train, to Milan. Very simple, really, isn't it? Now this is Julia, beloved of Proteus, with her maid Lucetta.
Wouldst thou then counsel me to fall in love?
Aye, madam, so you stumble not unheedfully.
Of all the
my father stays by coming. Answer not. The tide is now. Nay, not thy tide of tears, that tide will
But
stay
he's
me longer than
two-timing
I
her,
should.
or so it would seem.
Julia, farewell. No, you
Proteus
don't
gets
take
Speed by the short and curlies in order to extract information. Proteus flirts with Sylvia, Valentino's young lady, behind the curtain of her window.
Ne'er repented if it were done so.
After the interval and darkness descends, Valentino is seen being waylaid by outlaws with a pistol and a bicycle, one imagines for a quick getaway.
This man were a king to our wild faction. Well, have him. Lads, a word. Master.
Meanwhile, Speed is used by Proteus to take messages to Sylvia. Julia dresses up as a boy so as to see what Proteus is up to. In the meantime, there's lots of chasing around in the woods, with antlered deer coming to the hot sunburn. The story eventually unravels itself, but not before Julia sees Proteus trying to force himself onto Sylvia. We leave the lusty cast to clear up and move on to their next village, and return to cricket and the annual match between Eastmearn and George Bartlett's 11.
Why so on?
I'm small, so yeah. I'm small, so yeah.
Eastmearn takes the field. A 6. Another piece of local politics. A house owner wants to build an addition onto their property, but local neighbours object strongly. So a site meeting of the planning committee was convened. But not before the dustbins had to be emptied to gain access.
If I could introduce myself, I'm Sue Halstead, I'm the chairman of the committee. We've got a good number of councillors on the site visit today, and our tell us exactly where. Maybe we the line is going to be. Is it only not pegged out?
Stop. Did you want it pegged out?
I just wondered if we could stand in the four corners and then we could actually get an idea.
The agent for the house owner seems to have come unprepared, so a little measuring has to be done so that councillors can see the extent of the proposed development.
We think will look just as if it's been tacked on, almost as if it's two completely separate buildings. It will have no relevance really to that building because it will be literally nipped into that corner.
Councillors view the site from all angles. Including a neighbour's garden. Eventually, they leave to make their decision. And this time, the President takes the crease with Jason Thorne bowling. Bill Tyrwhitt-Drake didn't like that one. That's Tom Tyrwhitt-Drake batting. Huh, serves him right. A cow shot.
I don't know, possibly something hospital-based, possibly.
George and Claire Bartlett opened their garden to all 70-year-olds and upwards living in the village for a tea party.
I say what
I've got a very amusing
What a good idea. That's better.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Adrian Pelly, who was the Queen's farm manager for many years.
On your behalf, thanking George and Claire for a simply superb tea and a wonderfully imaginative idea. I've been fortunate enough to have the experience of several informal tea parties with the Queen Mother, and I can assure you it's the most restless affair because she never sits still for a moment. If she wants to offer somebody a cup of tea the other side of the table, up she gets. So if you're sitting next to her or nearby, you feel that you ought to get up as well. So you spend the whole tea getting up and down. You say, would you like another cup? And in this charming way. It's up and down you get. Whereas here we've been looked after wonderfully well by Claire and George. And it has been a superb occasion. All I can do is to thank them very heartily on your behalf.
Well, thank you very much, Adrian. On the strength of that, I think you qualify yourself to draw a few tickets out of this hat. I hope nobody screwed up their tickets with their napkin.
What's my number? Right.
No, he's blindfolded.
I'm number 8, this is it.
Probably not 6. Where's 21?
Una scoots the major prize.
That's the major one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Well, that was as much as Jane said she could remember of the events of the past 12 months. This look around the parish from the air has been most exhilarating.
Wow, that was just amazing. Thank heavens for aeroplanes as a form of transport. Oh, it's, well, there's no petrol, of course, as you probably remember, or diesel at the pumps at the moment because of the blockade of the distribution centres. And really, the Millennium year has been quite something, to say the least. Oh, thank you, Ralph.
Pleasure.